Hey guys, how are you doing? This is Rob of Rule of Two Review. Welcome back to the channel, and today we have a really unique and unfortunate situation with GDC, the Game Developers Conference, because it turns out that it is currently canceled, or really it's more postponed or delayed until the summer for obvious health-related reasons. Not a great thing to see, and it does have people worrying about some other big conferences this year, most notably E3. So this is probably information that you already heard. This was fairly large news that was going around yesterday when the announcement was made, but it has been officially announced from GDC and the people that put on the convention that they are currently not going to be holding GDC this week, and it is instead going to be potentially moved to next summer. And as I alluded to here in the intro, it is for those obvious health-related reasons. We do know that there is a massive health scare going on right now. And as I mentioned in my last video, I know that a lot of people in YouTube videos are not stating the name of this thing because they think that it demonetizes videos. And as I said there, I'll say it again here, I don't even know if that's true. So I'm just playing it safe and I won't say it, but I know that you guys know what I'm talking about, right? This thing has been unfortunately affecting a lot of everyday life for a lot of different industries, and the video game industry has also been a little bit affected here and there. Here is the statement that they actually released about the delay and what they're doing, and then I'll just kind of come back and touch on this a little bit. After close consultation with our partners in the game development industry and community around the world, we've made the difficult decision to postpone the Game Developers Conference this March. Having spent the past year preparing for the show with our advisory boards, speakers, exhibitors, and event partners, we're genuinely upset and disappointed not to be able to host you at this time. We want to thank all our customers and partners for their support, open discussions, and encouragement. As everyone has been reminding us, great things happen when the community comes together and connects at GDC. For this reason, we fully intend to host a GDC event later in the summer. We will be working with our partners to finalize the details, and we'll share more information about our plans in the coming weeks. So there you have it. Pretty straightforward as of right now. They are deciding to basically postpone the show. They're canceling it for March, and they are instead postponing it till hopefully later in the summer. That is their current plan. I guess it's not confirmed. For all we know, there might be a reason for it to still not go on in the summer, but that is the plan right now, and obviously that's better than canceling it outright. And I mean, for weeks, I think we'd all been noticing how so many different companies and developers had been dropping out of the show. I mean, most notably recently, we had Epic Games and Activision. I think EA also canceled, Sony and Microsoft. Other companies like I think Amazon and Facebook were supposed to be there, and they had also dropped out. And the reason is because people, they don't want to be traveling. And a lot of these companies would be traveling internationally, sending their people, their employees, and their teammates from one country to another to attend GDC, and that is of course one of the bigger elements of fear that people have because of the viral outbreak that everyone's dealing with, that's where there's more of a risk of potentially getting infected, and it's something that, you know, everyone's trying to contain, and it is pretty freaky right now. And so I can understand why all of these companies have said, yeah, one of the things we're not doing right now is traveling internationally or sending our teammates and people who work for our company internationally, even for something as important as a big industry event like GDC. So as sad, as unfortunate as it is, it's definitely understandable, and it doesn't really get me upset. I honestly almost commend all these companies for doing it and saying, hey, we'd rather just keep our people safe. I think that that's honestly the right thing to do right now. Even though, you know, we're in a part of the world where there isn't really much of an issue yet, there's still a risk across the board, so let's just not do it, right? I totally understand. Now, because of this, like I said in the beginning here, some people's attention has now been moving to other conventions, specifically E3, which also happens in the summer, by the way. That happens in early June. And if something as high profile as GDC was able to be canceled or delayed and postponed, would something even more high profile that even more people travel to, basically that being E3, would it be possible that something like that could be canceled or delayed? And, you know, I'm honestly just going to say, yeah, just my 2 cents and my personal opinion here is I could absolutely see a situation where E3 is delayed or something happens, or maybe they even just cancel it outright. It would be unfortunate. I mean, for the last couple of weeks, E3, like at least on social media, has been really pumping the fact that our tickets are going on sale soon. We're doing all these new things. We're going to be changing it up, yada, yada, yada. And so be really excited. And, you know, we've also seen other companies and even people like Jeff Keighley dropping out of E3 because E3 has some sort of specific direction that they're going that some of these people maybe don't like, and so they're not attending, and so what's going to be happening with E3? But E3 still has seemed very passionate about letting everyone know the show is going to go on, it's going to be cooler than it's ever been, and so please buy your tickets. And so with the E3 organizers still being passionate and motivated to get people interested in it behind the scenes, and with companies like Nintendo and Microsoft at least still being committed to the show and still letting everyone know, hey, we're excited to continue to work with E3 and to be there and to show off our stuff. For the most part, I think people were still very much excited, even with companies like EA and Sony and stuff dropping out of it and Jeff Keighley stepping away. I think most of us were still like excited to see what was going to happen and give the show a chance, continue to give it a chance, even though it seems like its relevance has been waning. Now, with the GDC cancellation and the health scare going on, is there a reason that even though just a week ago E3 wouldn't shut up about how you could buy tickets for it online, would they potentially change the event? And like I already said, yes, I do think that that's definitely possible. Now, there's a good and bad thing to be said for the fact that right now summer is still a couple of months away, because a couple of months away means the nature of this scary health situation and the nature of travel being a scary thing might subside by then, or at least lessen to the point where most people and people within the gaming industry won't be worried about traveling across the world to attend E3 or even GDC in the summer. That could happen. But there's also the real possibility that this thing really isn't going to subside in just the next couple of months. I mean, it is certainly possible, don't get me wrong. I mean, this thing it could do whatever it wants, and people, the people of the world, the health people of the world, I'm trying to say, could, the health experts, they could have found a way to maybe contain it to a degree where a lot of the everyday average travel might become safer. And so with the risk of this thing still potentially being very potent in a couple of months, even over the summer and even during the E3 week, that means that there is a chance that we might see the same thing happen with E3, and I think that we all have to kind of prepare for that to happen. You know, I definitely like to try to focus on the positive and be optimistic and think that this thing, even though it's not going to be completely gone in a couple of months, I mean, there's just no way, this thing could really last for a while. I think that there's enough attention focused on it and enough smart people in the world and scientists and medical professionals that they can figure something out, find some way to make it a little bit safer to do the travel that is necessary for these things, and make it so that by the time June comes around, E3 can continue. And with any luck, that also means that GDC is also able to go off and happen sometime in the summer as well. I would think that they'd want to wait till after E3, maybe do it in like late July or in August, you know, like a different summer month than June. But I just feel like, you know, anything is possible, and we definitely have to wait and see. But I don't know. I had thoughts on this, and I did want to touch on it. So that's all I've got for now. We'll just wait for updates and see what happens with GDC, and if we have any indication if E3 is going to be canceled or delayed, or if it's going to go off and everything hopefully is just much safer in a couple of months than the way we see it now. So what do you think about all this stuff? I do want to hear what you have to say and what you think about my thoughts and opinions, and hear some of your own as well. With that, this video is a wrap. Thanks, of course, as always, for tuning in, guys. This is Rob of Rule of Two Review, and I'll catch you next time on another video.